Every single successful person in this world will admit this truth. And most people who are not successful will deny this. Some of them won't, most of them will. The results that you have right now in your life are because of you. Welcome back to the Life Juice Podcast with me, h.p. Life Coach, where we talk about how to awaken, reset, and transform your mindset, habits, and life for more positive, ideal results. You create the life that you have and the results that you have based upon your daily actions added up over time. When you were a child, your parents, your environment conditioned you to have a certain belief system, a certain thought process, a certain emotional regulation that produced the results you had up until that point. Until you came to a level of understanding where you said, I'm no longer subscribing to this belief system or this setting, this programming, this conditioning, you changed, right? Most people don't actually do that. Most people stay in that plane until they face a certain level of suffering, of pain that pushes them and drives them from that darkness to see a light, and they emerge from that darkness as the light. You are 100% responsible for everything that's happening in your life, for every result that you produce. You can't point a finger and say, this person did this, and that's why I am the way this is. Because if you do, you lack accountability, you lack forethought, you lack insight, you lack self-reflection. Self-reflection. You lack a lot of things that contribute to what is actually real. Successful people know that their thoughts, their emotions, their beliefs, their actions produce everything in their life. Their transactions, their interactions, everything that they do and are produces the results in their life. If you want to stop blaming other people and start taking accountability for your life, stop pointing the finger at other people and start pointing it at yourself. Don't say, what did they do wrong? Look what they did. Point yourself. What did I do wrong? What can I do to improve? What can I be? What can I have? What am I going to be? Right? And it comes down to leading yourself. Again, it comes down to being disciplined. It comes down to loving yourself, caring for yourself. 9 times out of 10, you're going to be met with an obstacle every time you have an intention. Fine. And you're going to believe, based off your old conditioning, that this is stopping you. But if you are real with yourself, you're going to realize this is an opportunity. It might be presenting itself as an obstacle or a challenge or a problem, but it's really an opportunity for you to showcase your skills, for you to showcase your abilities, for you to showcase your capacity to expand or grow in that direction. You want to have success? Stop making excuses. You want to have success? Stop limiting yourself. You want to have success? Start leading yourself. You want to have success? Start believing. Start knowing that if I don't do this in this manner, in this direction, with forethought, with intention, then I'm going to have the lack of that. You cannot build a building without having the blueprint. A lot of times people don't sit down and write the blueprint. A lot of times people are trying to build a building from scratch, not knowing what to do. And they have a terrible foundation. And they wonder why when they get to the top, everything's finished, it crumbles. It all falls apart. You did not set the right standard. You have to produce the right foundation, the daily discipline, the foundation of yourself, your beliefs, your convictions, your disciplines, your behaviors. They add up over time. So you can either have a strong foundation, a strong, beautiful fortress, a strong castle, a strong empire, whatever the case may be, or you can have a shitty one. At the end of the day, it's not because this person, that person, that person, or this person. It's because of you. It's because of you. Look in the mirror. You want to change your life? Start by changing yourself. You want to change the world? Start by changing yourself. You want to change those around you? Start by changing yourself. You want your life to improve and get better? Start by changing yourself. Don't blame the society. Don't blame the people around you. Don't blame anything around you. Yes, it has an impact. Yes, it has a way that it influences you if you allow it to. I'm not denying the fact that there are obstacles, that there are There's ways that things that are holding you back. I'm not denying the fact that things are there. What I am saying is you allow it, you accept it, or you change it. There are people who are in worse positions than you, who have less skills than you, who are more successful than you, all because they didn't allow it to be their limitation. So don't tell me that, oh, you're just privileged or you're just this. No, I've come from homelessness. I've come from suffering and abuse in foster care. I've come from dropping out of college. I've come from a lot of things, but it's not about me. It's about you. I quit my job and I started a business and I kept going and I kept building and I kept writing. I've written books. I've held events. I've curated. I've spoken here. I've spoken there. I've done things that I would have never dreamed of if I was still allowing myself and limiting myself to believe that my circumstances were the only way that I was going to live life. It was the only way that I was going to actually be and never actually rise to anything greater. If I believed the conditioning of my foster dad, that I can't do this, that I can't be that I can't have this, I would have never been where I am today. Some people said, oh, when I got divorced, they were like, oh, damn, I'm surprised you didn't kill yourself or you didn't do drugs or you haven't been in jail or you didn't snap over here. And I'm like, why would you say something like that? They said, because a lot of people, they go through that, they drop to their knees. I'm like, what? What? For me, that wasn't even a thought process. For me, that wasn't even a belief system. For me, that wasn't even a factor. Because what I believe in, what I see for my life, what I see for myself is, hey, I may make mistakes. I may not be the best person ever. I may not be an exemplary person in anything, right? But for myself, I'm never going to allow that to stop me from evolving, from growing, from learning, from becoming even greater than I was. I take all moments, all circumstances as an opportunity to grow. So, my life has completely evolved time and time and time again. If you ask somebody who knew me 5 years ago, or even last year, or maybe even 5 minutes ago, I have evolved because the information I have in my brain is constantly growing. The reflection I have within myself, the awareness I have within myself is constantly deepening and expanding. The lessons I'm gaining, the opportunities I'm growing into are constantly shifting because I'm constantly shifting. I will not allow my circumstances to determine what I want to have in my life. I will not allow my circumstances to be the end all be all. Just like whoever ran the 4 minute mile, they didn't allow that to be the standard for them. They said, oh, a lot of people told them that they can't beat it or they can't pass that time. Once they did it, everyone started doing it. Something's impossible until it becomes possible, and then everyone is doing it. So right now, there are things that are impossible because people have believed it's impossible for eons, for generations, for a long time. Once you shatter that belief system, it becomes possible. You may not believe you're capable of success, but I promise you, you've been successful at something already. You may not believe that you're capable of surrounding yourself around these people, but I promise you, you are. You may not believe that you can get out of the circumstance you're in right now, but I promise you, you can. All it takes is you to choose and act upon that level of belief. And all it takes is you to take a responsibility and accountability for your life. Stop pointing the finger at other people. Point it at yourself. What can I do? What can I be? What can I have that's going to change my life? Who can I surround myself that's going to help me grow? The better questions you ask, the better answers you get. Ask yourself better questions. And if you can't do that, tap in with me. I'm a coach. I'm here to help you out with that. I'm here about, I have questions. You already have the answers. You know what you want to be in your life. But something's stopping you. You know what you want to do in your life. Something's stopping you. You know what you want to have in your life. Something's stopping you. Ask questions. Connect with yourself. Do some shadow work. Do some affirmations. Pray. Meditate. Sit with yourself. Get to know who you are for real, fully. And don't let anything stop you from being exactly what you want to be. You set the standard for your life, whether it's crashing and failing or whether it's succeeding and rising. It's up to you. What do you want to be? What do you want to do? What do you want to have? And don't choose that based off of your circumstances now. Do it based off of your unlimited imagination. Do that based off your unlimited belief capacity. And take action on that relentlessly. You got this. Peace. Stay beautiful.